This week is around rest. I want to read this passage from a book called Page by Page by Heather Sellers that my friend Sarah Ray Werner sent me. Sarah, thank you so much for sending this story. You have to rest before you write. You have to be fed, stomach with protein, head with books. You have to be really ready to write. It's not something we readily admit in our culture, that writing takes enormous focus and concentrated energy and true stamina on a number of levels. I mean, there you are, sitting at your desk, looking out the window. Doesn't look like hard work. Looks kind of lazy, in fact, like a big fat waste of time. Don't be fooled by the careless assumptions of non-practitioners. You might not be writing as much as you want to because you have an unrealistic perception about how much energy it takes to produce good writing. And so I'm finding that to be really true. What happened over the weekend was kind of incredible in that I really gave myself permission to do the self-care thing, which is not normal for me. I usually work hard over the weekends, but I did like a game night and like watch football and let my brain just like quiet and play and be other places. And then came Sunday night, I decided on a whim, I saw something on Instagram, an application opportunity, and I said, hey, you know what? I want to go for this. Oh, I need to finish a short story. I just started this story called Under the Pear Tree, which I'll talk about in a second. This would be a good fit for this. I need to finish it by tomorrow midnight. And I sat down and I wrote for like 2 hours. For 2 hours straight, no interruptions, headphones on, deep focus. And I think it was some of the best writing that I've produced. If it's your first time here, my background is in screenwriting and playwriting. I wrote a series for Audible starring Stephanie Hsu, but now I'm writing short fiction. And one challenge that I found is being confident writing prose. But last night it really came. And I think that's partly a product of training new muscles, getting into writing sentences, getting into writing short stories. But I really think that the sort of waterfall of it all and the kind of magic and play of it all came from the rest that preceded it the rest of the weekend. Other writing goals for this week, I want to continue working on this Christmas horror story that I've started. That story, it's in a good place. I've let it sit for a week. I want to re-engage with it. And specifically, I want to connect with the ending as precisely as possible. I might make a whole separate video about this because where I'm getting my education right now in terms of writing scary, dark endings is Shirley Jackson. If you're a friend of the channel and hang out and come to our weekly Thursday story club, you also read Good Summer People by Shirley Jackson, which we read a few weeks ago. And one thing that really struck me about that story was that while it had an incredibly dark ending, there were actually other readings of that ending that were darker, that were plausible, that the text did not exclude. And so it's this like massive 1-2 punch of terror at the end of each of those stories. I read the first story of this collection over the weekend, The Missing Girl. Similarly, it does the same thing. The ending is incredibly dark, but there's like this shadow ending that's even darker. So my revision plan this week is to engage with the Santa story, see if I can apply that. On Wednesday, there is a sci-fi club. We are reading The Star Stealers by Edmund Hamilton. And this week on the Horror Story Club, we are reading a story by J. Sheridan Le Fanu, author of Carmilla. Sapphic vampire vibes. Mr. Justin Harbottle is the name of this week's story. Welcome if it's your first time here. I normally do these weekly updates live every Monday morning. If you're interested in this, setting intentions, being in community with other writers, subscribe to the channel. There's a Discord as well where some really strong writers are starting to connect and build relationships and share about their writing journeys and process and projects. Have a great week, everybody.